Hello everyone, Tina here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm super excited. We're going to create an easel card with Easter just around the corner. I thought we'd make one last Easter card using a 12 by 12 collection from Photoplay. This is called the Bunnies and Blooms, and I've created another card with this. Actually, three more cards. I'll link that video at the end if you want to check it out. So let's jump in and get started. First, we're going to take some pattern papers and take a look at the easel card. There's 6 easel cards in this pack, and I think it's a fabulous price point. This is what an easel does. It creates a card that you can display, and I just think that's really fun. There are step-by-step instructions on the inside of the easel card. And there's just step 5 steps. Really quick and easy to create this. We're going to follow along with the directions and grab our cardstock. To create the easel card, I don't think you can get any easier than just 3 pieces of cardstock. So we have the card base. The card base has a score line. Okay, and then you have the front panel. This is the one we're going to be working on. And then you have this piece. This piece we're going to actually trim down. These are 4 1/4 inches wide, but we're going to take a 1/2 inch off of this. So I trimmed 1/2 inch strip. Now the rest of this we can use for our other easel cards that are in our kit. I have some pattern papers here. I just love the carrots, although you're not going to be able to see very many of them. I love the kind of like newspaper print in the back. I am going to be using a little bit of the green. We're going to use the stripes. The reverse side has the eggs. And then we're also going to use this beautiful floral. This has some typewriter print in the background too. I love the way this looks. Okay, I'm going to trim down my papers and we're going to get started. For my background, I have a panel, and this measures 3 3/4 inches by 5. This is with the carrots. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this over my A2 panel. We're going to make sure we center this. Wonderful. Now, I created a frame that was the same size as my print here. And what we're going to do is create a little picture frame for displaying. Before we do that, I'm going to add a little hillside on the bottom of this frame. The reverse side of the carrots has the green gingham. So I'm just going to use my scissors and kind of freehand a little hillside. We'll flip this around and I'll add some adhesive at the very bottom. And I'll tack down. Nice thing about the gingham is you can use the lines as a guide. Okay, I'm going to take my stripe paper and instead of going horizontal, I'm going to add this to the front of my card. I'm going to go up about 1 3/4 inches up from the very bottom, and then I'll trim away the excess. I have our floral. I'm going to flip around my frame and we're going to put some foam tape behind here. And I'm just going to trim it in half. I'm going to remove the release paper and then we're going to put this on our background. So we have a little bit of dimension in here. I'm going to take this and we're going to add some adhesive behind here. And I want to tack this down right in the center. And now I'm going to bring in some stickers I just think the stickers and the Bunnies and Blooms 12 by 12 collection kit are so much fun. We are going to put Easter greetings. I'm going to place this, I guess we didn't need to create a hillside. So if you just want to create a straight strip, we can do that. But I'm going to go ahead and add my Easter greetings right over that bottom. So we have our sentiment. Now we need a few extra elements. I love this little basket of flowers. And I'm going to tuck this. I want to use some foam and put it behind here. We'll add our floral, and then in the sticker sheet there's this cute little bunny. And I will add this, and I do need to put a foam square behind the ear here so everything's nice and even. And then we have some flowers. I'm going to take this flourish and we're going to add this to our card as well, just putting some foam squares. And then I'm going to use my Antistatic powder that I use for embossing. I'll just tap that over the sticker, and then I'll remove my release paper off of my foam squares, and then we can add our flourish. We'll add this right next to the bunny. I'm going to bring in some white twine. I'm going to double up on this, and then I will tie a bow. I'm going to use a glue dot to secure this bow. I'll just pick it up with my craft pick. Put that at the very bottom of that flower sticker we just added. And then we can add our bow right underneath. And there is our front panel. To create the easel card, I mentioned it is super duper easy, okay? Remember that score line here? This is how it opens. It's top folding. You're going to flip over that flap so it looks like this. And then you can reinforce that score line with your bone folder. And then I'm going to use glue. You can use tape, but I'm going to use glue over the top portion. And then you're going to take your panel that you created and you're going to add that to the very top, right over that fold. And we'll secure that. So now it looks like this. I'm going to flip this around and take some foam tape. I'm going to add it behind here. If you don't have foam tape, what you can do is trim down maybe 4 or 5 of 1/2 inch strips by 4 1/4 and stack them together. You just need a little bit of thickness. The foam tape that I'm using doesn't have too much bulk, so I think we're going to work. So I think it's going to work out great. Before I remove the release paper, we can decorate the inside panel. For the inside of the card, I created the same size carrot frame or background panel, and then I did the same thing with the floral print that we put behind our frame. I'm going to layer my floral on top of that carrot piece, making sure it's right side up. I'll take this panel and we'll put this on the inside of the card base. I'm going to go ahead and add this stripe paper to that 1/2 inch strip that we put foam tape behind. I removed the release paper. Now, depending on how much of an angle we want, I'm going to place this on my panel. And you know what? I think this is a good place. So I'm going to put it about 1 inch up from the bottom. We will tack that down on the inside. Now, if you want more room, if you want a more of an angle, you would put this strip closer to the top. I want a little extra room to write a sentiment on the inside. So I trimmed down a piece of white cardstock. I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer, and I want to make sure it's evenly spaced. So I'm going to take in 1/2 inch. I'm going to trim the bottom off. I think that's going to work out great. I'm going to use my tape runner, and then I will add this right in the center. So you have plenty of room to write your message up here, and on here. And this is how it will stand. Pretty neat, huh? Very easy to do. Now, I do want to embellish this since we have our stickers. I do want to embellish this a little bit more. And I'm going to take the flower here. These ones we're going to lay flat. I'll take the flower, and then there's some leaves. And I think I'm going to put one more. And I'll add one more hair for the inside. It's kind of very quick and easy card. This does lay pretty flat and will fit in an A2 envelope. There is a little bit of bulk. You may have to add some extra postage. But I think the recipient will just love this. I wish you all a happy Easter. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you again real soon.